Hello and welcome to a windy Pridelands in the Baluli Game Reserve, part of Greater Kruger, for tonight's exciting Animal World Live.
Live chasing the dog.
And you'll notice Yuka and I are not sitting in our normal spot next to the fire, and that's because there's a big storm rolling in. We got a little bit wet. Well, I got a little bit wet.
Yeah, you did.
With Brian on our way back from our private safari with Chris, who I see has joined us for Animal World Live. Welcome
Nice.
for the second time, Chris. And hello to TD Kid 1, Boo, Amanda, Ian, Pam, Joe, Kalena, Audrey, Brenda, Liz, Julie, Boo, I said Boo, and Amanda as well, but it was great to have all of you with us. And yeah, we've had to sort of rejig the set. Randa and Bavu were hard at work getting us a lovely spot under a roof, just in case that the rain decides to come down. You might be able to hear the wind tonight quite a lot. It sounds like we're at the beach,
Yeah, it's so windy today.
like the waves crashing in the distance. It is not, but it is just the wind. Now, the weather, I got an interesting thing. The South African Weather Bureau, it says we're probably going to have above average rainfall for the next 3 months.
Really?
So, although one should never predict the weather, that is the prediction so
That is
far.
true, yeah.
But it looks like we might be getting some early rain.
Oh, wow.
So the
Okay,
bush
yes.
might be greening up a little bit earlier than I thought. I still don't think so. I think if we do, we might get a few showers. But I still think our first big proper rains are going to come in November. What do you think, Yuka? 5 years in this area?
Yeah, I think it is normally around November.
November, yeah.
But if it comes earlier, it comes earlier.
Here, Oops says, greetings from the North Sea coast. Kalena says, I'm at the beach. The waves are
Oh,
crashing in the
what?
distance.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm not. I'd rather be in the bush than at the beach.
Yeah, but it's for vacation. The beach is nice.
Yes,
To
yes,
live,
yes, yes.
it's definitely the bush.
Yes. Now, of course, we've got lots of news, and now I know a lot of you have been wondering about our news segment today is all about the elephants in Botswana, and the final cause that has caused the 330 was the final count of elephants, and it is from Sino. Oh, thank you, Boo. From cyanobacteria. Now, do you know what cyanobacteria are, Yuka?
Not much, but it's one of the first living creature on the form on Earth.
So it happens with algae blooms. So the cyanobacteria can become poisonous. Now, I get very upset with a lot of people, and I've read a lot of the articles about this, and also I've lived in Botswana, and it seems that human beings these days always want to look for the worst case scenario. So I see there's a bunch of, I don't know what to say. I can use lots of words, but I will keep it PC. There's a bunch of people sitting in the UK and in America who are immediately assuming that the African governments are lying, and it's poisoning and it's this, and they're just not quite happy with a good, logical, scientific explanation. Now, a lot of these people are sitting at organizations that raise funds. So it's much harder to raise funds for a naturally occurring, well, it's not even a disaster. 330 elephants out of 130,000. It's really part of nature. The same as a lion eating an impala. The same as an elephant dying from a drought. This is nature's way of controlling animals and whatnot. But if you are sitting at certain NPOs, non-profit organizations, and you have offices in London don't come cheap. So you need to raise your funds to pay all your salaries as well. So I'm a little bit disappointed in some of the conservation world at the moment, with everyone always looking for the worst case scenario. There's enough bad things happening in the world when we do get a bit of positive news, and an elephant dying is never positive, but the fact that it's from a natural thing, it's gone to multiple labs in multiple countries, and also from some of the stuff I'm seeing, it's what I call armchair experts. who probably haven't spent much time out in the field. Anyway, enough of that rant. We've obviously, I see Boo's been saying there's been it's been really busy on the live cams over the last little while. There we go. See, even in America, sea control, cyanobacteria and blue-green algae blooms cause problems in the Great Lakes of America. This is not a new thing, and I'm not quite finished with my rant. Sorry. So, I mean, the fact that the tests and the samples have gone out to multiple places, it hasn't gone to one person. They've been out of country as well, and it does take time to get this information back, particularly when you're dealing with an unknown source. You can't just say, oh, it's that. You need to test for anthrax. You need to test in case it was poison. You need to cover all your bases. Oof. Those palm leaves are making a massive racket behind us.
And that happens around here as well, like in other reserves around here. The same, like
Yes.
animals die, it's quite regularly from those issues.
Exactly. Particularly in pans, long dry season, small pans, high sun. We've got high lime content, which can also help in our water table here. So yes. Thank you very much, Fee. Yes, as Sea Control says, it's poisonous to humans as well. Humans can die from cyanobacteria from algal blooms, and that's why you've got to be quite careful. I mean, it even happens in the ocean. So, yes. But, again, not everything is the worst case scenario. We're dealing with enough trouble in the world at the moment. And as I said, a lot of these organizations are looking for funding, and it's difficult to justify funding for a naturally occurring event. Okay, now moving on. Yuka, what have you been up to this week?
I have been up to... What did we do this week?
I know.
Totally lost my memory.
I know, I sat at a computer a lot. I went to the Sabi Sands.
You did, yeah.
You went to Kruger yesterday with some guests.
Yes, yeah, from the Japanese guest, but that lives in Joburg.
Yes, they're Japanese people that live in Joburg.
Yeah.
Yuka took them on safari yesterday. Is there a problem, chaps?
Sorry, we just want to check the sound. Is everybody fine with the sound? How's the audio?
Everyone's asking if the audio is... So the wind is causing it to be a bit soft, so Yuka, you're going to have to speak a bit louder.
Okay.
I've got a big voice, so...
Is it something we should put the cloth around or something?
I don't think so. There is Zander making his nightly appearance.
And I'm gone.
Oh, look at those sexy legs. Oh, Zander. There we go. Bending over towards camera. You naughty boy, Zander. You naughty, naughty boy. Melissa might get jealous. Where's Melissa? She's inside. So great to have everyone here. I see some of you are a bit late. James was singing. Well, welcome on board, everyone. You haven't missed much. We've just covered a little bit about the cyanobacteria caused by the algal bloom in Botswana, and that killed 330 elephants earlier this year. But so Yuka, what did you see on your Kruger safari with your Japanese guests?
It was actually a pretty amazing trip. We had our wild dog, we had lion, and then we had leopard on the kill, and we had lots of elephants.
Lots and lots of elephants.
And then like a 200 buffalo. It's like just in one herd, but it's like a 200 of them. We were like surrounded by them. So they loved it. Yeah, it was their first safari ever. So that was very cool for them.
Yes. Grumpy old man says, nice. There's a lot of people saying nice socks. Grumpy old man says nice sticks, Eggsy.
That's funny.
Pam says most of us don't mind that view. Alarmo, yes, algae and algal bloom is the confirmed cause of the elephants dying. Hello, Ewa. But yes, and we, as I say, we're busy developing. Valma, I'm sure you're there. We will be responding to email. We're just trying to get everything sorted at the moment. But November, we will be launching Painted Dog Safaris on a bit more of a grand scale. We'll be covering pretty much everything from the 5-star luxury to what Yuka did on Friday.
Yes.
With our partners, Timbavati Safari Lodge. You can go on an open game drive vehicle through the Kruger. So we're going to be catering to all sorts of different budgets, as well as Painted Dog expeditions that will be hosted by Yuka, myself, and some other guest guides as well. So very, very exciting stuff. Ewa, we are in Baluli Private Game Reserve on a farm called Pridelands down in the south part of Greater Kruger. Yeah, so it's been very, very exciting stuff. Lots of work's been going on behind the scenes. And speaking of a lot behind the scenes, well, not so much behind the scenes, let's go see what's been happening on our wonderful live bush cams. So, VMP, what's first up for us? Oh, always great to see the rhinos. They'll be happy with this weather. A bit of rain, a bit of cool weather. It was very hot today. It was 40 degrees Celsius, which I think is about 108 Fahrenheit, somewhere around there, 108, 110 Fahrenheit. So it's been...
It was a very hot day.
It was a very hot day.
Yeah.
I thought it was very pleasant. I'm so happy.
I was sweating this morning, pushing the car. Like
Oh yeah,
drops on
you
the
also
light.
had a bit of a breakdown this morning in the mongoose.
Yeah.
Yes, but I love the heat. I'm so happy not to be cold anymore. I feel like I've been cold for the majority of this year. It's been one of the coldest winters yet. Okay, let's have a look. What's after the rhinos? Was this the one that caused the arguments that I had to come in and settle? Not this one. What is that? I can see a little... Let's swap to the other view. That's top view. Ah, I thought so. It was a genet. It looks like, yeah, large spotted genets, black tip to the tail. A little bit bigger than the small spotted. Doing their frog hunts. Oh, thank you so much, Mary. Yeah. So I love how the little predators, they don't only come for a drink, they come for a snack. They always check if there's a frog that's ready to be grabbed, but also, of course, around the water we'll be attracting a lot of insects. So the insects will also hopefully be feeding them. Sorry. Xander is Xander's back in front of us.
I just want to be on the
Brian
show,
is again
man.
zooming onto his bottom. Here we go.
So nosy.
And look at his
No,
socks.
Shay.
Xander is our... Oh, now VM wants to know where you bought those. I'm sorry, I don't know about the earthquake. I haven't seen that news. Did you know
Really?
about an earthquake?
No,
I
I
haven't
didn't.
seen any
Where is it?
information about that yet. Pam, yes. Okay, so we're going to go back very quickly to the elephants again. Yes, that when any time an animal like that dies, like those elephants, the government will remove those tusks. All the carcasses were found with their tusks intact. It is not a conspiracy. They were not poisoned. They were not poached. They died from a completely natural occurrence called cyanobacteria that happens during algal blooms in water. So the answer has been, it was sent off to 3 different labs in 3 different countries, and all the results have come back the same. Okay, let's go across to the next live cam highlight. We're back at the 6-sided waterhole. Oh, cheetah! Lovely. Who is this? Is it
the
Mabai and Cubs? Or is it Impy? Now, you can see how cautious the cheetah are approaching the waterhole at night. Particularly at this time of the year, obviously, for multiple reasons, is that we know how often the lions frequent the water holes. Oh, look at that, you can see the eyes reflecting in the water.
Nice.
But I think that is indeed Impy, the male cheetah.
Cool. Babu always get these cool animals.
Oh no, it's
coming.
Mabai.
That's coming.
It must be Mabai if there's more than one.
That's so cool.
Oh, those girls are getting big.
Yeah, can't believe it. It's very cool. We're doing half and half, so I do 12 hours of CEST content and Babu does 12 hours.
Ah,
And he
I see.
always get these all exciting stuff.
Well, maybe you should swap your halves around.
Yeah, that's what I suggested to him.
So there we go. Now, before anyone worries, these water holes are pumped. There's fresh water. They're not going to have... Oh, there's another one popping in. Ah, the whole family is there. These water holes are not going to get algal bloom, and the Pridelands water holes are not going to get algal bloom so far that I can see. There has to be a whole bunch of very specific conditions for it to happen. That's why it doesn't happen every year or all the time. But very, very cool. We did, and as I said, guys, and I know Marcy and the Leopard ladies, you're very keen for our live drive back on Reedspread. We will let you know when we are going to be doing that. We have quite a lot of different projects on the go at the moment, but we will let you know when that is going to be happening. Okay, what other wonders do we have? So here is the new angle at the Pridelands Ellie cam. Now, I see some people have been emailing, asking how can I watch both cams at once. Wium has told me now, it was Bretty Brooks, we will be bringing back the hangout, so where we will have multiple cameras you can watch all at the same time. Karen, it wasn't just elephants, donkeys and cattle also died around those water holes. It is so cool to be able to watch Ellies, and at this time of the year you can see how dry it is, and how, well, especially today, how hot it was. There were just elephants constantly streaming in to all three water holes on Pridelands. So it didn't matter what water hole you were at, there were elephants there today. But yeah, very, very exciting. I mean, I was sitting outside working on my laptop, and they just kept coming. Yeah. I think I saw 3 herds of buffalo today. A good 70 or 80 Ellies come through.
That was a lot.
So it was wonderful.
I had 4 different groups on the live drive this morning.
You had 4 different groups on the live drive. Oh, we had Susan this afternoon. And we had Susan last night as well. Yeah, we've been seeing a bit of Susan. Oh, hello, big boy. Listen to them slurping up the water. You can actually see the algae coming closer to his trunk. And you can see there that Ellie, when he sprays out the water like that. Now, watch him when he drinks again. Oh, he's going to drink just out of frame. But like little bits of sand and dirt and whatnot. He will. That's why they will drop that last bit of water, because there might be some particulates he's not too fond of.
It's getting very close.
Yeah, it is so cool to be able to get this close to them. That angle is absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's been wonderful having the Ellies around the house constantly.
Definitely.
And the buffalo. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh, porcupines.
What?
Porky pigs.
That is very cool.
2 of them. It takes that. UK, how do porcupines mate?
The mate.
How do they mate with all those spikes?
I don't know.
Carefully.
Carefully? I actually have seen the jokes about it actually on the Facebook. I just can't remember the context of it.
It's a joke.
Yeah, but I've seen it on the Facebook.
Anyway, sorry about that. Me and my dad jokes. Yeah. Bubbles and Brian all looking at Brent and going, "Oh, he's doing the dad jokes again." Anyway, before I make another bad joke, let's go across to the next highlights. Oh, my girls. Oh, I'm excited to go see them again. So just the adult female. So there's Nyeleti. Now when you see her by herself like this without the rest of the pride, she's obviously out on the hunt to feed all those many mouths. Bucket and BB are going to start getting to the age quite soon where they're going to be able to help her. I think she should be there. She is. Oh, she's a big girl, eh? Big girl.
Oh, beautiful.
So beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. Oh, I'm excited to go track them. Actually, I haven't been on a game drive in the Reedspread for some time now, eh? A couple of months.
For me as well, for like a long time.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting back there. And as I said, of course, guys, we will let you know when we're going to be doing a live drive in search of Bucket and BB and Mabai. There is some technical things we still need to figure out and do some tests, but we're hopefully going to be moving one of the vehicles to that side for an extended period. big girl. Sniffy, sniffy. Probably sniffing because the cheetah was right there. But it is getting busier, and it will continue to get busier till we get lots more, till we get rain. Now this is one of her favourite hunting areas around the six-sided waterhole, and of course with the lack of water around, it's drawing in lots of game. You can just see all the tracks that are around there. Bye, big girl.
Bye bye.
Okay. Boo, don't know where the leopard was drinking. Remember, now I know there's a leopard coming. I'm not supposed to know what's coming, Boo. Okay, let's have a look now. We'll see what's coming next.
Oh,
There we go.
cool.
The leopard is at the same waterhole as the lions and the cheetah. Now, that looks to be a tom. Big boy. So this could be horseshoe. The horseshoe male. It's difficult to say from the live camera footage. The horseshoe male has got a horseshoe on his right shoulder, but it's going to be difficult to see from here. But Jem is been working very hard at leopard habituation on Reach Bait, so we're going to get him back probably next week to go and give us a catch up on what's been happening on the leopard habituation side, and hopefully we'll see some more footage from there. Janet's news about the Hosanna trip will be coming in November. The search for Hosanna. Betty, the latest news on the dogs in the Boma, they're doing well. Obviously, they're not really hanging around in the cameras. I've got confirmation that I'm waiting for exact confirmation when they'll be being released, but it will be, what's the date today? Oh, in the next 10 days, but we will keep you updated. Let me see what else. Africa Sky. Oof, I'm not sure how old he is. I guess he's an adult. It's difficult to see from that nighttime footage, but he's definitely over 6, so maybe even 7 or 8. But really, really good to see. Okay, what's next, Vim? We're back. The six-sided waterhole's been pumping, obviously, with all sorts of creatures. Oh, I love them. I love them. I love them so much. In they come, the abandoned mongoose. Here they come, streaming in shortly. All the birds disappear.
Yeah.
Where the mongoose? Was this the time lapse of birds? Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, no, they got again. Vim said he just lost the mark for a second. There they come. And the nice thing is they always make the best noises. Drink, 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 drink. Now, they're not going to want to hang around in the open there for too long. It's a bit vulnerable for them from birds of prey. Oh, Rosalind, how old are the pups now? Oof, I can't remember. Zander, do you remember when we first started going up there? I can't ask Zander questions like that, apparently. April? No. When was hard lockdown? March, so April. I think April. April. We probably went up there the first time April, and the pups were just born. So April, May, June, July, September. They're about 5 months old now. Maybe 6 months. Yeah, Larimore, the last one in the pool gets a rotten ostrich egg. Strangely enough, we weren't able to film it today, but we had dwarf mongoose swimming in the swimming pool behind me today. There were 3 or 4 of them in the water.
Really?
Yeah, it was very funny to watch. I'm sure we'll catch them again when they do it again.
That's so cool.
Janet, since they've been fed on carcasses so long, will their hunting be rusty? No. There is a great misconception amongst human beings that wild animals need to be taught how to hunt, get rusty at hunting, basically get hungry enough and they will succeed. Lion, leopard, cheetah, wild dog, hyenas, etc. Even a captive bred lion will hunt when it gets hungry enough. Hello, Rosemary. Welcome. Okay, Vimpy, what's next? It's the big boys. I'm feeling mean. Dun, dun. I still love that song. Always great to catch up with these big boys.
Yeah, he's getting cooler and cooler.
Yeah, they're going to be big boys. Oh, thank you very much, Wendy. Oh, always great to catch up. I wonder if it's just the one.
Maybe two brothers
Oh,
comes.
the others are coming. Now, it's not unusual for the male lions to be by themselves for a while. They do wander independently of each other on patrols, and that's why being in a coalition is useful. Vim's going to... there he comes. Vim's probably going to shake his head in absolute disgust, but Vim, I just had an idea watching this video. I think we should build a floating camera to sit inside that little concrete block. I think we'd run the cable in there. And imagine that, to get eye level.
Hey? Yeah.
There we go, Vim's not stressed, says, yeah, we can do that. The domes are waterproof. So maybe that's the next mission,
Yeah,
a floating
cool.
camera to put in one of the water holes. That would be really cool. We get some. That would be really cool to get some of that footage. That would be unbelievable. Okay, so that's it for the live cam highlights. I'm sure some of you who watch the live cams regularly might have seen quite a bit more. But if we had to go through all the sightings, we'd be here till tomorrow morning. But we do have some other stuff. Now, as I said, I was off in the Sabi Sands. When did I go? Monday.
Yeah, this week,
Monday. I spent Monday night to Tuesday night in the Sabi Sands, close to my old stomping grounds, and sometimes in my old stomping grounds. So I was staying in Buffelshoek at a Milkberry Lodge with dear friends of ours, Tom and Patsy, and we've got a few little highlights from my time there. So there we go. I was absolutely ecstatic. So I know a lot of people might go, how could you, Brent? But this was my favorite leopard while I worked in the Sabi Sands, and I used to call her the Queen of the East. This is in Kanyeni, having a good sleep. And then we did some following of the Talamati pride that have grown in numbers. So very, very exciting for me to catch up with a few of them, and it was really, really awesome. Now, I actually saw 4 different leopards while I was there, and 2 of those leopards I hadn't actually seen before.
Wow.
One was a young male, and I need to find out what his name is. I've forgotten. And then I saw Kalamba. I'm just trying to remember the name of this, the new male we saw. Yours. Shinzele. He came down from the northern sections of the Manyeleti, and his mom died a couple of months ago, so he's independent. So that was quite fun. I will be putting out some more photographs and stuff of my time there in the next little while. Unfortunately, I wasn't there to film too much, so we just did a few little videos, which was fun. And I got to see Kalamba make a kill, but I wasn't filming because I was holding the spotlight. But yeah, so I was operating the spotlight, and we were following her. We saw her go down, switched off, and then we just heard this, and she had a scrub hair in her mouth. So that was really, really, really cool to catch up with Kalamba. So I saw Kalamba, Inkanyeni, Shinzele. Oh no, I've forgotten the name of the other male. The new big male who's in Buffelshoek, who's also quite relaxed. That was quite nice. I did go into Juma a little bit. I saw Tristy while I was there, but most of the time I was on... and I did see Tandi. I saw Tandi as well on Torchwood, but a very brief visual. She went down the rocks and we couldn't follow her. But it was always great, always wonderful to be back in that part of the world, just for a little visit, a little break. So that was then. Sharon, I was there on Monday and Tuesday. That's when I was in the Sabi Sands. And there we go, some more of the Ryons. And it was very interesting. So the Talamati Pride, you guys might have seen them on Safari Live. They were short a few members. And we actually followed them till they joined up with the missing 2 lionesses and chased each other around a bit. And it was, there we go, there we go, joining up. And is that old Blind Eye? I think so. She's definitely, no, it's not. Yeah, oh, there's, but it was always great. They weren't too hungry, so there was quite a lot of playing, and then they just went to snooze. And we were planning on going back to them, but then we found Kalamba. Oh, and then this is at a dam in the north, and it's just spectacular, the amount of animals. This is while we were having our morning coffee. I just popped the camera down on a blanket, and we had lots of zebra and whatnot come through. Deborah, did I catch up with any humans? I did. I had a lovely catch up with Mish from Juma, and I chatted to Tristan. I actually see more of Tristan in town and out here than I do when he's at Juma, but that was great. Yeah, so no, it wasn't Mwati. I can't remember his name. It was Klangulen or Klanguleni. He's also a relatively new male, beautiful male, prime condition. So that was great. Yes, she ate the scrub hare, Pam. Kalamba did eat the scrub hare. Now, for our patrons, we've been promising something special's coming. Zander, when's it coming?
Got till the end of this month.
Zander says he's got till the end of this month. So all these swimming lazy people here at Panther Dog, Zander, Brian, have managed to do is get a little thumbnail, I suppose, best description of what's coming. So there we go. That's a little taster, just to keep you guys waiting. Dog Den Diaries, and that'll be exclusively available to our patrons to start off with by the end of the month. So, which is not too far away, Zander. You got about. So Liam said they taped that over his Pokemon collection. Did I hear that right? I did not see that one coming. So yeah, now I can just imagine Liam watching random, Pokemon. Yeah. I can't think of anything else. Indeed, Kalamba kept us very busy. Halkot, there has not been any conflict between the Talamatis and the Nkuhumas yet. Now, they probably come from the same pride. The Nkuhumas are either a split of the Talamatis or vice versa, and they have been seen sharing big carcasses like giraffe before. So far, there hasn't been any conflict between the two prides. Okay, now people are making jokes about Pokemon that I don't understand, because I don't really know anything about Pokemon. I do know what a Pikachu is. He's the yellow one.
Yeah, that's the yellow one, main one.
There we go. So I've got another joke. How do you get Pikachu on a bus? Pokemon. No laughs. I got told that. Babu's killing himself in the back there. I got told that by my 9-year-old nephew.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
How do you get Pikachu on a bus? Poke him on.
Poke him on.
Put him on the bus.
Okay, that's. Okay.
Oh, it seems like it's a day of giggles today. Okay. Oh no. Oh, please tell me I don't have to talk for this. Which insert? Oh, it's the throwback insert, so I don't need to talk, so I can finish giggling. So it gives you a little idea of how hard it is to actually catch animals walking over GoPros, etc. We always have a GoPro with, and this is just a little taster of what you might find in Dog Den Diaries. There's going to be a lot more behind the scenes, how we do stuff, how we get it done. We'll even might film Yuka cooking us dinner one night.
Oh, that'll be funny.
Yeah, that will be quite funny. You still have managed not to cook a meal by yourself.
I have, while you were gone.
While I was gone! Yes. But so far, I think Vim's already said who's on dishes duty with him, because it ain't me.
Try Brian.
Try Brian.
No, I'll
Xander says he'll help. Yuka's keeping quiet. So there's going to be a lot of this type of stuff. A little bit more fun, sort of behind the scenes. What it actually takes to put out some of the nicer stuff. You see the beautiful shots with the wonderful music, and a bit of the behind the scenes shenanigans that happens amongst the Painted Dog pack. And there's much shenanigans and many dad jokes to come. And little small memories and stuff of what's happened over the weeks, months, years. My God, it's years now. Okay, now very exciting for a lot of you. I know some of you were able to join us for that live elephant collaring, but now the highlighted 15 or 20 minutes, 15 minutes? 15 minute after movie, catching up on some of the stuff that we saw live, not live, of that elephant collaring will be coming out next week, Sunday. So here's a little taster of what's to come. So we're just letting everyone work quickly. So as Joel was describing earlier, very important to keep the elephant breathing. So always pop a stick in the trunk. You can actually see how his breath is digging a hole. Absolutely amazing. Let's go have a look there. Come have a look what Joel's doing here quickly, guys. So you can see. So there's a little tiny taster of what's to come, and keep a lookout on. Make sure you've got your notifications turned on Painted Dog TV. We will be premiering that probably within the next 2 days. You should see it out, and then it'll be going out at probably about this time, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock on Sunday evening, our time. So it'll be Sunday morning for you guys. Am I right? Yes. Sunday morning. If you're in the North America, of course. If you're in the rest of the world, it'll be either quite close to us or quite far ahead of us if you're in Japan.
Yeah, very ahead.
But here we go. We've got a few more little tasters to come, so let's have a look.
Yeah, sorry guys, so this one's a bit of a bloody affair. We're just taking a little tissue sample here from the ear. And this is just an antibiotic wound spray that Rowan's got here that we're just going to spray on there.
Stings a little.
Yeah, and then I'm just going to hold a little bit of pressure so that the bleeding stops. And take this here. Yeah, so guys, this is essentially, this is pretty much perfect. Where he's dropped here, it's a massive open area. This is exactly how we want him to go down. He's down on his side. We've got the stick in his trunk. We're very happy and comfortable that he's very stable in this sort of position, and we're happy to keep him down for a period of time now.
So yes, we're going to keep giving you tiny little tidbits to get you excited. Of course, we're very excited to be able to share that, and it was an incredible experience to do along with the Blue Sky Society and Elephants Alive, and of course all our good friends who we actually do quite a bit of work with, Dr. Joel Alves, Jerry McDonald, who flies the chopper. So it's always great to work with a great team, and as I say, we are working on bringing a lot more of these conservation stories to you live, and we're hoping to try and make it as affordable as possible, where we can actually cover the costs of the conservation operation at the same time as being able to bring it to you live and create awareness. And I think we've got one more left, don't we, Vim? Hit it.
So what we did a bit earlier is we plucked some of the tail hairs from the elephant. We take 3 hairs per elephant, and that's allowing us to look at the DNA of the elephant. We can also look at isotopic analysis, so what the elephant's been eating over seasonal change.
Let's go annoy the birthday boy a little bit more, see what he's up to. Yes, so very, very exciting. Diane, no, we do not. It doesn't work. It's a farce. You cannot inject poisonous dye into an elephant tusk. The consistency of the material is way too thick. The amount of pressure needed to inject dye into an elephant tusk would actually shatter it. So no, we do not work with any of them. Yes, unfortunately, it was a very good idea and it was based off rhino horn, but even rhino horn, which is like fingernails, it proved to be too porous to actually get the dye to seep through the whole horn. But it was a good idea at the time. Okay. Oh no, what has gone on here? Just remember we had some wonderful private virtual safaris at the moment, and it's been quite exciting. You had wonderful elephants, buffalo this morning as well.
Buffalo and elephants. Yes.
Yeah, we had an incredible elephant sighting this afternoon, surrounded by about 80 elephants.
Yeah.
And then we had Lagatha hunting in the drainage line. We had some wonderful views of Lagatha, the lioness, so. This weekend is obviously fully booked already, and so Yuka will be doing a Japanese one tomorrow morning. I'll be doing a private one tomorrow afternoon, but then we will be opening up bookings. From Monday again, I think. Yes, we'll be opening up bookings for Monday again, and for the next weekend. So very, very exciting times. And as I said, this time of the year, the sightings are only going to get better and better because it is dry. Oh, so apparently tomorrow afternoon's drive is not private, so there are still seats available. I keep thinking there's an elephant behind me, but it's the palm leaves. And the dog is inside tonight, yes, with this windy weather. It is quite dangerous for the puppies because the leopards will be out on the prowl. Great hunting weather if you're a lion or a leopard. Shamsung, yes, there will be some live drives happening during the week quite soon. Also, we will be, our patrons, keep a lookout. Your Patreon only live drive will be coming soon, within the next 10 days. I've just unfortunately been away quite a lot recently. I've been in Joburg for meetings and then to the Sabi Sands, and Wium and I are going to be on the road quite a bit over the next little while to bring you some more exciting things. So Yuka is going to be holding the fort for me and Bavu for Wium. So very, very, very excited about all that. Now guys, remember, please like, share, subscribe. And if you haven't yet downloaded the paintedDog.tv app, what is wrong? There's some epic conversations happening between you guys there. It's a lovely, safe space to chat. We are still, as I said, the app is still in its development phases, so we would really like you to download the app. It is available on both the Apple and Android stores. Just type in Painted Dog TV, and we are looking for feedback on how we can make it better. So please take your conversations into the app, and we'd love to hear from you there. There's quite a lot of content that will be in the app that is not going to be available outside on the different social media platforms. So let's get the PaintedDog.tv app downloaded. And of course, Teespring. There's some very cool masks, t-shirts, and all the other paraphernalia designed by the brilliant Brian Joubert. What are you pointing at, Sander? Oh yes, I was right. There are no empty seats on tomorrow afternoon's drive. I was right. Melissa is shouting at Wium. Tomorrow's afternoon's drive is private, so it's fully booked. It's the running order. Oh, Sander's going to be in trouble with Melissa. Yeah, so as I said, the Patreon only drive will be coming very soon. Just keep a lookout on Patreon. The link will be going out there. We'd love to have you. That will be during the week at some point. So very, very exciting. And if you haven't watched Prideland's episode 2, it premiered a couple of days ago. So please go have a look at Prideland's episode 2, focusing on eco training. You'll get to see Magic Mike and what it's like to live in an eco training camp. and train to become a safari guide, like you did.
Like me.
And then, of course, a massive thanks to the Steenbach family, Anton Laterkhan, Pridelands Eco Training, Led Lenza, our Super Chat sponsors, and you, our patrons and our viewers. Every little bit of help is appreciated, and we wouldn't be able to do what we love without your continued support. So from the PaintedDog.tv pack, have an absolutely marvelous rest of your weekend. Lots of love from all of us here out in the African bush. Mwah!